Today I'm going to share 5 reasons why you should buy now versus waiting for prices to drop. You've been watching the news and you hear that we're now in a housing recession. What exactly is a housing recession anyway? Truth is, there really isn't a definition. It's a great hook to grab your attention and insert more fear and uncertainty into your life, which ultimately has you clicking on more headlines and listening to people that have built their business on fear versus facts. Educated buyers and investors are continuing to buy. Why is that? Reason number 1, very little competition. For the past 2 years, we've seen multiple buyers placing offers much higher than the asking price. This led to language regarding appraisal gap coverage, and buyers had to be able to bring a substantial amount of money to the closing table, which prevented many buyers from getting their offers accepted. Reason number 2, seller concessions. In the current market, sellers are likely to provide seller concessions to buyers. These concessions can be used for closing costs and or to buy your mortgage rate down. There are limits on the max amount of seller concessions you can receive, so make sure you're discussing that amount with your realtor and your lender. Reason number 3, tax savings. Interest rates. Everything about interest rates is terrible, but there is a silver lining, albeit a slim one. Rates were so low that they didn't really play much of a role in tax savings at the end of the year. With the current rates though, you will see a larger impact and one that could potentially place you in a lower tax bracket. Obviously, you need to speak with your tax accountant, and this should not be taken as any sort of tax advice. Reason number 4, long-term investment. You have to keep in mind that home ownership for most of us is a long-term investment. Home prices fluctuate like everything, but there is a consistent appreciation of home prices throughout history. Even after the housing crash in 2008, due to horrific lending practices, the market made a recovery and is back on track. Home ownership is a great investment in your future and your community. You typically don't buy a home to just turn around and sell it unless you're an investor. And guess what, folks? Investors are still investing in this current market. Reason number 5, price versus interest rates. So you're still not convinced. You think the market is going to continue to drop. Guess what? Interest rates are most likely going to rise a bit more before that pendulum swings back to the middle. If you purchased a home for $450K, you put 10% down and you had an interest rate of 6.75%. Right here, your payment would now be $2,626.82. Now let's say you waited and the market prices did drop like you thought, 10%. But the interest rates go up 1%. Very reasonable assumptions in the current market state. Now the home price is $405, but the interest rate is 7.75. Your monthly principal and interest payment is now $2611.32. You're saving $15.50 per month by waiting. That's it. You're still paying rent, no tax benefit, and you're not building your wealth. You're still building someone else's wealth or living in your parents' basement. Now's the time to buy.